Welcome to In the Kitchen with CCE. I'm Ann Supa, and I'm a nutrition educator here at Broome County Cooperative Extension, and we are in the commercial kitchen on Upper Front Street in Binghamton, and the product of the month in the farmer's market is apples. Who would have guessed apples this time of year? But today we are going to put a different twist on an apple. We are going to make a savory stuffed apple. And to get started with our recipe, let's go over the ingredients so you know what you need. I have a cup of brown cooked rice, a quarter cup of chopped onions, a quarter cup of celery, a half a cup of diced mushrooms, and they were fresh. I have a half a cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, some fresh sage, but you could use dry sage if you didn't happen to have that, some salt and pepper, some Italian sausage, chicken broth, and of course the feature product, apples. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is put a splash of olive oil into your pan. We're going to put our onions, our celery, and our mushrooms. And if you didn't happen to have fresh mushrooms, you could always improvise and put some canned mushrooms, but you're not going to have that amazing flavor, but it will work in a pinch. So while those are sauteing, we're going to go over here and we're going to show you how to go about taking the core and scooping out the apple. This apple is a Honeycrisp apple. It is perfect for baking in the oven. It's got a crisp, savory taste to it. So we're just going to take an apple core. Try not to go all the way through, but if you do, it's okay, because guess what? You can just stuff that little part of the core back in. And I'm going to take off the top. And then we're going to I use an ice cream scoop, but you could just use an ordinary kitchen spoon. But I found this worked really well today. So we're just going to scoop that out. Don't throw away this stuff. This could be your snack while dinner's cooking. Or if you're going to make a nice pot of applesauce, you can put those things right in there. So we've hollowed out our apple, and we're going to put it in a nice dish. This recipe makes 4 servings. We're going to check on our mushrooms and onions over here. They are sauteing really nice, so we're going to add our mild Italian sausage to the mix. Now, someone in the office said, what if you put a nice spice hot one in there? I said that would be perfect because that would give you the spiciness. So I always suggest that you use the Italian sausage, not breakfast sausage, because that has a different spice in it and you'll get a different flavor. So now that we're done browning our sausage, we're going to bring the rest. Oh, smells good. So a cup of brown rice, pre-cooked. Yes, sneak that brown rice in there for the family member that needs that little extra whole grain in their diet. We're going to put in some fresh sage, a little salt and pepper for taste. Salt and pepper always brings out the flavor of all the other ingredients. When I made the original recipe, it didn't call for shredded cheddar cheese. But when I was growing up, my dad always had a nice hunk of cheddar cheese with his apples. So I did that kind of in memory of my father, because it just brought back so many wonderful memories for me. So we have our 4 apples placed in a baking dish. You don't even have to bother greasing it or anything. It's going to just be fine just like that. And we're going to go ahead and put our mixture into our apples. You might want to get the oven going. We're going to put it at 375. It's going to take about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. It depends on how big your apples are, what kind they are. And when you're picking apples, you want to be careful of which ones you pick, because they each have certain properties that make it a good choice for making this dish. So I would recommend the Honeycrisp or a Granny Smith, because they're great baking apples. If you want an apple to eat, just go ahead and grab those galas because they are awesome eating apples. If you're making applesauce, do a Macintosh. So we've stuffed our apples. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, or it can be vegetable broth. If you're in a pinch and you don't have it, go ahead, put some water in there. We just want to build up some steam in there to bake the apple. We're going to cover it with some foil. And we're going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 30 to 40 minutes. And now we're going to bring out our finished product. After that, we're just going to take a little shredded cheese, sprinkle it on top. You can serve this as a whole dish, or you could serve it as a side and maybe have a nice salad to go along with it. And today, for a special treat, I recommend putting the chutney on there. And everybody's probably, what's a chutney? It's just a spicy condiment. And this one happens to be made with green tomatoes and golden raisins. You can look for chutney in local stores. They have them. I did look over in the farmers, in the taste store. They had a chutney over there that might go well with this. And there you go. What couldn't be simpler? A savory stuffed apple with that sausage, have a little bit of chutney, lots of flavor. So please come down to the farmers market every Saturday from 9 to 1 on Upper Front Street. Pick up some of the ingredients here. You can get the sausage, probably the apples and different things here, and make this dish at home. And please come back and visit us again on In the Kitchen with CCE.